Hello everyone and welcome into the Pioneers Weekly Recap. I'm Brian Stayton. What a huge week it has been for Tusculum University, and we'll talk about why. Because when you travel just down the road and maybe the greatest rivalry of the two schools, something was done this week that had never been done in past years. Now, they hadn't always played both games or double headers back to back this way, but since they have started doing it, it's now been accomplished for the very first time. What makes it even more special? It's your arch rival. We're talking about soccer, of course. Just last week, the Tusculum men's and women's team went down to McCown Field in Jefferson City. Last year, Carson Newman's women were the national runner-up. They were the 12th ranked team in the country. And what had never been had happened before is that a Pioneer team or teams had gone down there and were able to get the sweep. That's what happened this week. Women's soccer knocked off Carson Newman by a final score of 2-1. Seeing the penalty kick, you're going to see another long score for the Pioneers to put the ball away and the celebration. And for the Tusculum men, anytime you can go down and knock off an arch rival in Carson Newman. Ayuk Tambe scoring in just the final moments. We'll talk about that here coming up. But both of the men's and women's teams now with 5 wins on the year. Tusculum men riding a bit of a high. It's the third straight shutout for them. They go to 3-2 in league play, and the Tusculum women go to 3-2-1 in league action. We'll talk about that one. But in the men's game, which was the first game, Ayuk Tambe, with just about 3 minutes left in the game, that's your game winner, and the 1-0 victory for Tusculum, who knocks off Carson Newman with that shutout. Alejandro Querti is the ninth shutout for him as well. Volleyball this past week again struggled. They did take on Carson Newman. They were swept at home 3-0. And then also on Friday, Wingate comes into town. Wingate gets the 3-0 win, and Coker in a thriller, 5-set thriller, knocks off Tusculum 3-2. Also on Saturday this past week, men's and women's soccer hosting Newberry. The Tusculum men get the 2-0 win. Alejandro Querti talking about that shutout streak, and at 9th all-time in school history in career shutouts. The Tusculum women were tied by Newberry 1-1 in 2 overtimes as well. And golf did participate last week at the Myrtle Beach Intercollegiate. Men's golf 10th out of 15. Women's golf 4th out of 13 at the Myrtle Beach Intercollegiate. Also last week, the South Atlantic Conference AstroTurf Defensive Football Player of the Week was announced. Congratulations to Malik Goodman. He finishes with 8 tackles, also had a tackle for loss and a forced fumble and a fumble recovery in the Pioneers' victory against the Mars Hill Lions by a final score of 31-28. Football now moves to 3-2 on the year, 2-1 in league action. So let's see what's going on this week at Tusculum that you could be a part of, and it's the hashtag Respect Our Game Week in the South Atlantic Conference, an initiative set forth by the Commissioner Patrick Britz in order to have good sportsmanship throughout the entire week. So you're going to see a lot of that this week when you're watching some of the video. You may see teams shaking hands beforehand. It does not mean the game is over. It's just going to be a different initiative this week throughout the South Atlantic Conference. It's Sportsmanship Week in the conference. And men's soccer, in a game that was supposed to be played a couple of weeks ago at Pioneer Field, LR could not travel due to Hurricane Florence. They will play their makeup game Wednesday, a 7 o'clock start. More on Wednesday coming up as well. Thursday, we do have an event that is taking place. Not necessarily will be on video, but it probably should be. That will be the homecoming golf tournament, and we'll talk about that as well. On Friday, the men's and women's tennis teams will be opening up in Lawrenceville, Georgia. Speaking of tennis, their new facility is nearing completion. I believe actually it is done. They're at least on the courts at the Nichols Tennis Complex, a resurfacing of the tennis complex here at Tusculum University, so it's good to see them back out practicing here. They had been at the Greene County Tennis Center, and I know that the coaching staff and all the players excited about that. They will be in Lawrenceville, Georgia, in the Grizzly Open on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of this week. So again, the guys and the gals extremely excited to have that. This weekend, women's volleyball, Tusculum is on the road. They take on Queens in Charlotte, and the men's and women's soccer teams are on the road in Anderson, South Carolina for 5 and 7:30 starts. Tusculum football is at home. We host Newberry, 3 o'clock kickoff time for that. Now, it is homecoming week, so there's a lot of activities that are going to be taking place this week, and it actually gets underway on Wednesday evening. Come and register for the President's 3K Run Walk. It will be a glow run walk. Literally, the entire thing is going to be lit up. You can register at 7 o'clock. First 100 people that come and register get a free t-shirt. Nick Forsberg put a lot of effort into this. We got the glow sticks. We got glow balloons. We got glow things that go around your neck and around your wrist. Trust me, it's safe. And we're going to have this fun presidential, the inaugural 3K fun walk. So you can come and walk it, you can come and run it if you wish, and everybody's going to have fun. That is Wednesday of this week for homecoming. Then the homecoming golf tournament takes place at Graceburg Hills Golf Course. That is Thursday. We're going to serve you lunch at 11 o'clock for all the alumni or anybody that wants to participate when you come in early, and then we'll have a shotgun start at 12 and have some we'll have some prizes afterwards as well. But this is probably the thing that should be put on video, or at least on our YouTube channel, so we can see some of the alumni swinging well. I know that Nick Hershey and company, that would be a good group to follow with Randy Loggins and all those guys. So that would probably be the feature group. If I was going to be doing a golf broadcast, probably follow those guys around a little bit. Either way, get signed up for that. Visit online at TusculumPioneers.com, and there will be something that pops up that has you sign up. But get signed up quickly, because that is obviously on Thursday. Friday, it's the inauguration of the 28th president of Tusculum University, Dr. James Hurley. I guess it will be the first president of Tusculum University inauguration. But you know what I'm talking about. Visit tusculum.edu/presidents/inauguration. If you want tickets for the black tie optional event, which is on Friday night, then that's where you'll have to go. Outside of that, they'll have a inauguration ceremony, which will be around 11:30 on Friday afternoon at the Pioneer Arena. They'll have guest speakers that will be coming in, and then later that night for the big gala. I know that Tony Floyd, the new president of Mars Hill, will be on hand. So if you want to see Tony and you want to see Dr. Hurley, then come out to Tusculum this Friday for the inauguration. It's all part of homecoming week that is taking place. Registration gets underway 8 o'clock Friday morning and will run until 10 o'clock. Alumni events. I know lacrosse is hosting the Civil War. I know that softball is having their alumni game. Soccer will have that later on Sunday, because they always do that. They're usually on the road on Saturday. And of course, the football games surrounding all of the tailgate events that'll take place, the parade, Sports Hall of Fame inductions. We're going to get a chance to bring in Bo Cordell, Lucas Winkleman, and longtime athletic director Ed Hoffmeyer. That'll be during breakfast on Saturday morning, 9 a.m. At the Niswonger Student Commons. So make sure you're on campus, especially as alumni. The first year for Tusculum University homecoming, and they plan on having a big bash this weekend. We hope to see you here as well. Lots of athletic events that will be taking place, and we hope you stop by and visit as many as you can. Of course, that's football this week. Play golf. It's fun, and it's sporty as well. That'll do it for this week. This has been the Pioneer Weekly Recap. And until next week, I'm Brian Stayton. Go Pioneers.